What's going on, my paranormal party people? Big Martin, Last Call Paranormal, back up in the house. That's right. So we haven't done this for a while, and I had a special request from my big mama, Mrs. L.A. Lowe, down out there in Chicago. That's right. Um, she had sent me an article about a weapon that the U.S. government purchased, um, apparently from some Russian gangsters. So once I dug into this, it's actually pretty interesting. I've dove into it before. I just didn't know it was related to this. But back in 2024, Homeland Security undercover agents purchased a microwave weapon off the black market from Russian gangsters um, for $15 million. Apparently, it's a very small, concealable weapon. Um, it's silent. It I mean, it's concealable, it's small, um, and it causes some havoc. So, what this thing does is, I don't know if you're familiar with Savannah syndrome, or sorry, Havana syndrome. Sorry, I miss Savannah. But anyways, the Havana syndrome. So basically, they didn't know what caused the Havana syndrome. Apparently, I don't know, somewhere in Havana, at I believe it was at an American consulate. Um, the workers there were being targeted. They were experiencing headaches, dizziness, fatigue, muscle cramps, cognitive issues, psychosis. It was like they were being tortured, but they didn't know how they were doing it. First, they thought it was environmental. They thought it was something they were poisoning them with, or water, or food, or something like that. But what it ended up being was rumors were floating around that they were using microwaves to do this to people. While the U.S. government figured there's no way it's a microwave. You would need a microwave the size of a diesel truck in order to affect people like this. Well, hate to put it to you this way, the U.S. government was wrong. So these Russian gangsters, which mind you, those dudes don't play. Russians, hey, I drink vodka, we're good. I love the Kamchatka, all that stuff, Smirnoff. Hey, we're brothers, man. Ruski brothers. Um, but they're gangster, dog. I mean, those are dudes that, yeah, they can get their hands on anything. They could do anything they want. They were a very powerful organization. I could tell you that, personal experience. Um, so they purchased this weapon from them and they brought it to the U.S. back in 2024 and they started testing it. They were testing it on animals, sheep, cows, monkeys. I mean, they did all these tests on it for 2 years. They've had it since 2024. Information was barely let out last year, and they're still working on it. Well, that little concealable weapon can fire a microwave, pulsating microwave through walls, through drywall, through glass, through cement, through cars. Um, and it causes you basically to get stuck. Let's say, well, there was a post that I read about this where they had actually taped a family that was sitting in a restaurant out in Russia, and they a person was sitting in the restaurant with this backpack, and apparently he had this weapon and was testing it. So he fired it at a family. The whole family started experiencing headaches at the table, nausea. They got instantly sick. So this works. It will drive you crazy. I mean, microwaves are a real thing. I mean, us in the paranormal field deal with EMF, which is not as powerful as microwave, but EMF can affect you also. It's kind of like the same concept. EMF, if you're sensitive, if you're highly sensitive to EMF, it can make you dizzy. It'll make you nauseated, give you headaches, screw up your vision. It'll even make you hallucinate if it's strong enough. Um, me Sometimes when we've investigated, you find high EMF where there's those huge, large wires that are running over people's homes, or they have those big conductors that are next to their property. That gives off one hell of a load of EMF, and kind of crazy. That can explain some people thinking their house is haunted. It's the magnetic waves that are affecting you, that you're sensitive to, that are giving you these thoughts and uh, making you feel a certain way. Well, it's a similar situation with this weapon. Um, so this one's super small. Like I say, you could fit in your pocket apparently. And yeah, U.S. government was wrong. They thought that this would not work. They said you would need a microwave the size of a diesel truck for this to work. Well, they got it wrong. So, um, good thing is it's out of them bad dudes' hands. But the only other thing is, who knows how many they made? Who's getting affected by this? What are they doing with them? How did they make them? Why did they make them? That's what I'm curious about. And if the U.S. government isn't inept to get this technology for ourselves, why don't we have that? Why are we behind? We're supposed to be the leaders of technology here. I mean, come on. It's kind of strikes me as funny how we can get a clear shot of the moon and Mars. I mean, I can see a flea in Mars dirt in 4K, but can't get a clear picture of Bigfoot. So you tell me, are we behind on technology here? I believe so. So, anyways, Mama Ali Lo, that's for you. That's all the information I pretty much found on it. Who knows? Maybe I can get a hold of one of those guns. I'll start messing with people. Anyways, I'm just messing with y'all. But yeah, man, that's today's crazy news from around the world. Mama, I hope you enjoyed the story. I'm going to look for some other crazy stuff for you guys, and we'll see when it comes out. Up until then, my friends, keep it spooky.